Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz is flying high, thinking that the world is, all aligning for him. He got his MAGA Mike Johnson elected as Speaker of the House this week, and even after Republicans were attacking him and coming after him, Gaetz is like, nope, I am the victor, I win, and now it's time for revenge. So on his podcast at the end of this past week, Matt Gaetz took issue with Republican Congressman Jason Smith, who happens to be the chair of the Ways and Means Committee. Now, Jason Smith, in an interview prior to Matt Gaetz's podcast, he was on a different podcast, Smith was, and he said this: if Matt Gaetz's lips are moving, it's only lies that's coming out of it. That gentleman only likes to propel himself and propagandists. He sounds like a Democrat. The blood is on his hands for 22 wasted days. You know what, man? I almost would have gone with you on that statement. I was like, he sounds like a Democrat. Like, that's the only insult you morons have. And Jason Smith is a moron, all right? I'm not going to defend him on that. He's right about Matt Gaetz lying. He's wrong about Matt Gaetz sounding like a Democrat. And overall, you just seem kind of stupid. But Matt Gaetz got pissed. And Matt Gaetz, on his podcast, after these statements were made by Smith, revealed something, or kind of revealed something, about Smith himself. Matt Gaetz said, quote, Congressman Jason Smith has been one of the most loyal lapdogs for former Speaker McCarthy and for the lobbyists and special interests on K Street. See, Jason Smith has achieved power in Washington the way most people do. You get money from the lobbyists and special interests. You, in turn, give that money to the party bosses for their political funds, and then they allow you to move up. Jason Smith says, if my lips are moving, I'm lying. Well, you know what? If Jason Smith is breathing, he is living a lie. There might not be another member of Congress who lives a lie more than Jason Smith. And Jason Smith knows exactly what I'm talking about. And by the way, so does almost every member of the House Republican caucus. So there's a good deal of projection in Jason Smith calling me a liar, when it's Jason Smith who literally has to live a lie. And I honestly pity him for that because, it wouldn't be something that I wouldn't live that way. I'll just put it that way. So, Jason, I would check yourself before you come at me with any accusations of being dishonest about what I say when you're dishonest about how you live and what you do. Now, obviously, when somebody is accused of living a lie, that is usually used, at least in, kind of historical pretense, historical being the last 30 years, I guess. Accusing somebody of living a lie is usually what you say when you think somebody is a closeted homosexual, right? And that kind of seems to be what Matt Gaetz is implying about Mr. Smith. Everybody knows it, Jason. You know what I'm talking about. Every Republican member of the caucus knows what I'm talking about. Why are you living a lie? Like, what other lie could he be living? I mean, does maybe he have a second family somewhere? I don't know. I don't know what lie he's living. Honestly, I don't care. But I do care in the context of just general morbid curiosity. Because Matt Gaetz, to borrow an expression, if you were really from the South, you'd know this. You can't open a can of worms and not go fishing. But that's what you did. So I don't know if there is actually a lie that Jason Smith is living. I mean, if he is LGBTQ, good. Like, wonderful. I have no problem with that. Republicans do. But those Democrats that you love to demonize, we don't care. But it could be this. Maybe there is no lie. Maybe Matt Gaetz is just a little apprehensive and defensive because Republicans have been coming out with some pretty shocking allegations against him recently, specifically that he bragged about taking erectile dysfunction drugs so that he could go all night, and then he would, according to Republicans, take his cell phone out and pass it around so that everybody could see the pictures of the women that he just slept with. And of course, the House Ethics Committee is currently investigating you for that, Matt Gaetz. So maybe you're trying to fire back with these cryptic messages that you can later be like, no, it actually doesn't mean anything, right? Because you didn't say anything. You just implied things. See how that works? Like, there's a lot of gray area there. But I think this is all just a giant coping mechanism for Matt Gaetz because he knows Republicans are out for him. And so he's trying to pretend like he's got dirt on them. But if he actually did, we know Matt Gaetz and we know he'd say it. So I don't believe a word he says because, to quote Jason Smith, if his lips are moving, he's lying. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.